Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Forex Analysis for Synergy FX. It is 12:50 a.m. on the Wednesday the 20th, and the news for tomorrow. We have a few pound announcements coming out. The account change as well as MPC meeting minutes will be in the morning, in a few hours here, as well as the annual budget release for the pound. We also have the FOMC statement for the US dollar tomorrow, so it should be a pretty interesting day. Definitely keep an eye out on the Great British Pound as the first pair we're going to be looking at. We've entered a very consolidated range coming into these announcements tomorrow, between 1.5072 and 1.5141. We see a pretty strong consolidation pattern that's on the close of this recent spike up. We had a sort of push the upside, and then two tests of a new level that we sort of determined at the original spike up. So if we do break out of this range, definitely look for a continuation to either the downside or the upside. The pound dollar has been in sort of a downtrend over the past few weeks and months. We've seen a bit of a spike up here, so a continuation of the downside could possibly be in the cards if we are a little bit overvalued for the pound. If anybody's been paying attention to the news coming out of the UK lately, it hasn't been good for the pound dollar. There's obviously been a lot of currency devaluations across the board. The pound dollar is definitely one that's been getting hit pretty hard in terms of sheer value against the other currencies. So the pound dollar is definitely a pair to keep a watch on, especially considering the fact that a lot of investors are looking at it right now to either open and close positions based on some of the announcements tomorrow. So, like I said, if we break out of this consolidation, definitely look for a continuation to either the upside or the downside. My guess is it will be to the downside, but who's really to say? So definitely keep an eye out on that in a few hours early this morning. So next pair I'm going to take a look at is the US dollar Canadian dollar, which we've seen a similar sort of consolidation over the past few hours. It looks like we could possibly break above this level at around 1.0278, and a continuation of the upside could persist. RSI has fallen down from the overbought levels and is currently sitting at a pretty normal level at around 65.27. So keep an eye out on this pair. If we do see a breakout of this consolidation back on the 11th and 12th, like I said, around 1.0282. If we break those two levels there, we could see continuation of the upside for the dollar. And especially if the pound starts to fall, a lot of times you see that a U.S. dollar sort of make a push to the upside across the board. And with no real news coming out of Canada tomorrow, we could see a stagnation in the Canadian dollar and they either push up or down from the US dollar depending on the news coming out from the pound. So definitely keep an eye out on this pair as well. Last pair I want to take a look at is the euro dollar, which has been in a similar sort of downtrend as the pound, but we didn't see the spike up in the last day or so. The euro dollar is continuing to make new lows, and we're currently trading at 1.2871, which is down from highs a few weeks ago. At the high of this bar was at 1.3709. So pretty quick moving pair over the past few months. And a pair that looks like it may be a little bit overextended to the downside. We just broke these lows from back in 2012 in December, and it is possible that we could have a lot of sellers switching positions and starting to cover their shares and go back to the upside. Short interest maybe taking a turn over the next few days. I like to see when a pair sort of tanks a little bit. So if we do tank a little bit more here and we do start to reach down towards further lows in the next few weeks at around 1.2705, if we break below that level, I think a lot of people will start to switch around their positions. So definitely keep an eye on this pair. If we don't see a continuation and a push downwards, it looks like there's some strength coming from the Eurozone, depending on announcements for the pound tomorrow, then definitely consider trading either the upside or the downside for this pair on a continuation. If you're sort of a trend trader, then looking into the downside is definitely not a bad idea. But if you are a reversal trader looking for a bottom here, this is also a pair that could possibly be making a turn. So play the probabilities right, and you could have yourself a very good trade. So that's all I have for today, and thank you very much for watching, and good luck trading.